That's
Okay.
delighted to welcome Neil to the club. Just fire on with your questions.
Neil, how does it feel to be Dunfermline manager?
Yeah, well, it's a privilege to start with. So, obviously, last week we had a lot of conversations with myself and the chairman and the owner, and they made a very compelling argument for taking the job. There's no adage from Sir Alex where sometimes you pick your owners rather than pick the club. So I think we've got a good one here. I think he's got, further down the line, really good aspirations for the future of the club. So, yeah, I wanted to align myself with that. So I'm excited. Obviously, we have work to do. We have a lot of work to do, which, it's not going to happen instantly. But, I've had a good response from the players over the last 2 days. Delighted with their attitude and their application. And, we're just taking it one day at a time so far.
How do you feel about the challenge that faces you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's great to be back, obviously, first of all, in football. And I know how competitive and attritional the Scottish Championship can be. And I know that we're not in the best of form at the minute. So that is a challenge for myself and Ian to, turn the psychology of the club around, and certainly the dressing room as well.
You've had a few different experiences since you were last in Scottish football. You're a different manager now?
No question. I mean, that's like 4 or 5 years ago. Last time managing the Championship was with Hibs. So you learn from all the experiences that go along. I really enjoyed my time with the media as well, believe it or not. But coaching's what I always want to do. Now, I don't know how long this is going to be. We'll take a view on it as we go along. But I'm very excited about the prospect of endeavouring to take Dunfermline forward.
Just given that your last job in Scotland was at Celtic, was there any hesitancy in going to a club in the Championship, down at the lower end of the Championship?
No, not really. I mean, first of all, it's short term for now, but with a view to maybe being longer. And like I said, the owner's a very interesting man. He's got ambitions to take, do great things here. But then a lot of owners will say that. It's backing it up then to follow on. I think he'll do that. I've enjoyed talking to him. He's different. He brings a different sort of... I'm going to learn from him. There's no question about that. And that appealed to me as well.
Given obviously your time away, what is it about Scottish football that you just love, that you want to get back in the game?
There's a familiarity for me. I live here in Scotland, so again, I didn't want to leave the UK. I had a few offers along the way, but like I said, James was so compelling with his offer that he talked me around, if you want to know, because obviously I was very sceptical about taking it. But the conversations we had, long conversations last week, it made my mind up.
What maybe were the concerns that you had going into the discussions?
It's none of your business. No, I mean, you want to get it right. It's only, we're in a difficult position. The coming in now, it might be a good time to lift the players, lift the club. How long you can do that for remains to be seen. We've got 7 games to go. We want to win as many as we can. I'm not looking over my shoulder. I'm looking at Hamilton, Queen's Park, and looking, to finish in a respectable mid-table position. So that's the forethought in our thinking.
You'll probably be a manager that sees yourself managing back in the Premiership, and Dunfermline's long been the sort of sleeping giant, sees themselves the size of the club that can be in the Premiership. Would you like to kind of that be the end goal?
Yeah,
the two of you get there together.
Yeah, absolutely. There's potential here, obviously. There's talent here. I like it. I like the players from what I'm seeing so far. So, we've only been here 2 days. We've been sort of quite surprised by the potential that is here. And the people that we're working with have been very receptive to us.
Particularly that season in the Championship with Hibs, how useful will that be with attacking?
Well, so it's like 7 or 8 years ago, different players obviously, but I enjoyed it a lot, really enjoyed it, and obviously had a good team off the back of them winning the cup. This is a totally different scenario. Obviously, we're picking a team up that just a little bit low in confidence at the minute, but like I said, there's potential in a lot of the players here, and with some of the senior players as well, we've been really good.
The challenge, Neil, as you say, is very different from that you've encountered before. Was that?
Well, it's not like, because when I went to Bolton, they were bottom of the league. We kept them up that year, and then, you know, the roof fell in the second year due to administration. I don't think that's going to happen here, Brian. You
No, I
know,
don't
so
think.
I've been in a relegation fight before. So yes, in terms of what I've achieved or what I've done in Scotland, it's always been maybe at the other end of the table. This is an opportunity for me to galvanise, take it forward, and build something. And that's, for me, is very, very attractive.
It was only a couple of seasons ago Dunfermline went through League One when James McPake was here, and you know, fantastic. Everybody was looking forward to the championship. You've been able to put your finger on why it's gone wrong.
No, I'm not really giving that much thought, because I'm only thinking about the present. You know, I've got 7 games, so it's not a lot. So just working on, obviously, the previous game against Wraith Rovers. We've analysed that. Obviously went to see Brownie and our Hamilton at the weekend, so we're preparing as best we can for them, who're having a great season. So yeah, I'm only thinking about not what I'm on previously, but you know, what we can do now with them.
Why is it only 7 games? Was that your?
Because that's the end of the season.
Yeah, I know, but was that your call or the donor?
No. Listen, I'm not saying that it's going to be 7 games and that's it. It's going to be 7 games with a view to taking the club on, you know, forward in the next few years. Because, like I say, I was really impressed with what the owner had to say.
It's a huge club, this, isn't it?
Potentially, yeah.
When you step through the doors, it does have a feeling of being a big football.
Well, it's a traditional club. You know, it's got great history. You know, I've played against Dunfermline in my own time as a player 3 times, 2 League Cups and a Scottish Cup. So, you know, I remember very fondly the Jimmy Calderwood days and Jim Leishman. So, and you can look further back to the 60s when they were, you know, a great side. Whether we can bring that, it's a long, long way off. A long, long way off. But at the minute, it's just incremental steps.
You scored 2 of your 3 goals for
I
Celtic.
did, yeah.
You remember them?
2 worldies, Bray.
Absolutely.
Ronaldo had nothing on me, like. No, yeah, of course I remember them, but
You know how long ago they were?
first one was 2001,
Yeah,
and then I think the second one was 2006.
spot on.
Yeah, but I didn't get many, so you always remember them. Like, felt sorry for the goalkeepers, like, you know.
What about the fans, Neil, in terms of, do you need to win some of them round as well?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's as simple as that. I don't know what you mean by the question. Like.
It's a new regime.
Yeah, I only think you win the fans round by, you know, being positive with the performances and getting positive results. I think, you know, they're pleased that some are pleased that have come in to try and stabilise and galvanise the club. But I haven't really, again, thought about that. That'll all come as we go along. I hope they're pretty receptive, and I think they will. It's a good crowd here, good fan base, and yeah, it's football.
There was certainly a buzz, Neil, the minute your name was mentioned amongst fans and that as well. And no disrespect, there's a lot of people saying, no way is he coming here. And then he did, and they are looking forward to it, mate.
No, that's great. So, like I said, it was long conversations with the owner, you know, and about the future, but I can't think too much about the future at the minute. I'm thinking about the present and the current situation that we're in, style of play. We need to score more goals. We need to find another way of creating chances in the team, and I think defensively we've been okay, but there's been a lack of goals. We've only scored 26 and 29, so that obviously needs to change. So we've talked about it the last couple of days again. We'll work on it over the next couple of days going into the game against Ayr, but our first 2 games are really difficult. You know, you got Ayr and Livingston, so but the challenges that we shouldn't be daunted by. We should, you know, embrace it and take it head on.
You talk about managerial appointments being a risk, Neil. Are you taking a risk?
No,
You don't think so?
not at all. No, like every job you take, there's a, you know, potential risk to it. Like, you know what I mean. So that didn't factor into my thinking at all.
How much are you looking forward to taking on Scott Brown this weekend?
Yeah, well, I've told him already. Make sure he's got a nice bottle of red, you know, in the office afterwards. I was speaking to him obviously on Saturday. He's doing a fantastic job. He's having a great season. So it's a really tough opening game for me, you know. But it's not about me and him, as he'll tell you that. They've sort of come off it a wee bit with, you know, a couple of defeats and a draw. But you know, he'll have his focus and I'll have mine. But I'm looking forward to seeing him, obviously.
Is he someone you always expected to go into management?
Yeah, he had leadership qualities. He was an amazing player, and I mean amazing. I think he's been underrated, undervalued at times, but you know, in my 2 spells at Celtic, he was exceptional. He'd been the first name on my team sheet every week. You know, he could do everything. You know, he could play, he could battle, he could tackle, he could pass it, he could lead the dressing room, and he did that for a long, long time. And his trophy collection speaks for itself.
You know, the new owner at Dunfermline, he was across for the Falkirk game a couple of weeks ago. He's not going to be here on a regular basis. Will you have constant communication with him, though? Is that who you'll speak to on a daily, well, if it's required on a daily basis?
You speak every day, yeah. We're like an old married couple already. Arguing away.
Probably.
No, he's been great, very, very supportive, and very supportive of the players, and he wants us to work. And his first line to me is, Dunfermline's got under my skin, so he wants it to really, really work. And I think he's somebody who really, like, I've not really met someone like that before in football, with the way he thinks about the game and the way he thinks about the future, put it that way. And I think he'll be true to his word. I think he will deliver.
Managerial game, as we all know, Neil, is very precarious. Michael only lasted 11 games here.
Well, I've only got 7, so
You've only got 7.
so far anyway, so it should be all right. Like, you know.
It's a strange game, though, this management game. I keep on asking people why you want to go into it when you know it's...
I miss it, you know, like, and I have had offers to go back. A few were abroad, and I didn't want to go abroad again just for personal reasons. So, you know, this one's local-ish for me. You know, my son also talked me into it.
Did he?
Yeah, he wanted me out of the house. So yeah, we had a good chat about that, and he's excited at the prospect to see me back in the dugout as well. So these are all nice little things.
Yeah.
The real thing is Saturday 3:00, where I've got to, you know, we've got to play hard professional football and endeavour our best to win the game. I also want to clarify something that the statement came out on, I think it was a Friday, Saturday, whatever. I said I want to bring exciting football to the club. I want to bring a confidence and an energy, and that's exactly what I do. I didn't promise it. That's been the narrative since, well, I read it again yesterday. I haven't made no promises or no guarantees to what I'm going to do. I want to bring silverware to the club.
Yeah.
I'm not promising it. So I want to clarify that, because I've been reading about it the last couple of days, and if we go out and play against there on Saturday and the football's rubbish, people go, oh, you promised us exciting football. I didn't. I said that's what I want to bring, because I've done that at other clubs.
That can take time, though, Neil, can't it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's going to take time, guaranteed. But that's evidently down the line what I want to do, because that's been the style that I've known.
What do you make of the championship?
It's attritional. You know, it's been a great year. I think, just on the outside looking in, John's done remarkably well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to watch them tonight, actually. They're the best team in the league, and it looks like they're going to do it. And, you know, he knows he's a great coach. He's recruited well, but the team have been brilliant. Livy have, it may look like they're going to have to settle for a playoff place, which could be dangerous for anybody. And they're in there with a fight, and then there's obviously a place up for grabs for 4th place. So not much between the teams, bit of quality here and there. So it's tough, different, you know. British, Scottish football is good. It's a good product. So, and I want to make sure we're there next year to be challenging for it.
I remember some of the games with Hibs in the championship. Amazing games. The 5-5 game against Rangers.
That was Premier League, Brian.
Was that in the Premier League?
Yeah.
My apologies then. But there was some big games in the championship.
Yeah, well, I was in the championship with Dundee United. You know, Ray McKinnon was the manager. So you had 2 big clubs, you know, vying for promotion. Crowds were incredible, and then we got on a really good, consistent run. And yeah, we had to work really hard for it. It was around about sort of February, March, where we really sort of started building a And Falkirk were there with Pete Houston as well, who were excellent. So yeah, it was a really competitive league, and this season's been no different really. There's been some cracking games, like you know, between the three of them, Falkirk, Ayr and Livingston, they've been up and around for most of the season. So credit to those clubs.
Neil, you touched on kind of longer term how you want to see the team playing, but short term, is it just important to find a way that they can get results and just make sure they stay in the division as much?
Yeah, and like they might surprise themselves by, playing the ball forward a little bit more, and playing with a belief and an effervescence and just a little bit of positivity, because it just felt like in the last couple of games they've just been meandering through the games, and we need to change that very, very quickly.
I know you said you watched the team up at Aberdeen in the Scottish
Yeah.
Cup, but coming in as well, is it maybe a case of just giving them a bit more sort of confidence and belief in themselves?
Yeah, I mean, confidence is that like indefinable quality in a group or in an individual. So we're trying to. There's talent here. There's no question, and it's not just about the talent. It's about consistency of your day-to-day training and consistency of performance as well. And it's not about what I've inherited. Like, you know what I mean? It can happen in any club. So they're just a little bit. They just need a little bit more clarity, we think, on the direction that we want to take the team and what they are asked to do.
Neil, you've obviously, as you say, been working abroad, you've been doing a bit of media stuff recently. Did you always envisage getting an opportunity to manage in Scotland again?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a couple of offers like previously, but it just wasn't the right time. And I had an offer very close to getting an English job a few weeks ago. So this has come at a strange time, like when you consider there's only a short sort of period of time left in the season and with the situation. But like I say, the owner made a very compelling argument for it.
You seem very excited about it, Neil.
Do I?
You got your mojo back.
There's not much that excites me at my age, Brian, but this certainly does. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So it's a great. Like I said right at the start, it's a privilege. Managing any club in a professional level is a privilege because there's so much competition for the jobs now, and some people can pick and choose, but others can't. You know what I mean? But I've had this offer. Somebody's come to me and give me the keys to the door, so I want to take it and do well for him as well. Okay.
Brilliant.
Thank you.